Hi, this is James from Elusive Disc. I'm joined here by Shane from Intervention Records. I want to thank you for taking the time out of your show to come talk to us for a few minutes about Intervention Records.
I'm more than happy to. You're one of my great retailers. I really appreciate the time.
Oh, thank you very much for all the passion you put in your projects. It really comes out on the record when you're listening to it.
Thank you so much.
So I want to ask you about one of your more recent releases, Frampton. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, the Peter Frampton. We call it the Frampton at 50 series.
Mm-hmm.
2022 was the 50th anniversary of Peter going out on his own solo with the album Wind to Change. And we had deals in place for 3 of his solo albums, Wind to Change, Frampton's Camel, and the self-titled Frampton. And those are really the albums that Peter did that, he later went out to tour, became Frampton Comes Alive. And it's really those 3 albums, the studio albums, represent Peter's journey and growth. This is from humble pie to being a solo superstar and making one of the it's the greatest, my understanding is it's still the highest selling live album of all time and one of the most beloved albums. He's still one of the world's greatest performers, guitar players. But those 3 albums were really important to Peter, and we got connected through a variety of ways, and Peter was absolutely thrilled to work on these albums, which we initially released as a Frampton at 50 in the studio box set. And now each of those 3, they're also released on hybrid CD SACDs, and now each of the 3 titles are available individually, and we also have a few box sets left.
Excellent. And do you have anything that you're working on that you want to talk about, or anything that you want to talk about that's new with Intervention?
Yeah, absolutely. A little bit of Back to the Future. As we all do, we run out of stuff that we've had in print for years, and sometimes you have to get a license renewed. You have to work on some deals.
Yes.
The very first title that I worked on, IR001, is Steeler's Wheel. Jerry Rafferty and Joe Egan. The song, Stuck in the Middle with You, is one of the most iconic rock songs of all time. And more important than that title has really got a special place in my heart. When I first started in this business in 2015, I had a number of titles greenlit, and boxes of tapes got sent to Kevin Gray. A number of them were safety copies, half-inch safety copies. You guys know all about the fact that I'm very transparent about my sourcing. I'm very meticulous about it, just like Impex is. We are very much cut from the same cloth. So we had boxes of tapes, and Kevin's like, safety copies? Well, you don't know where they can't, what it could be like in anything else. So I literally went to mastering and had the clock running with Kevin, not knowing what we had. The first tape that we spun was side 1, track 1 of, I shouldn't say track 1, it's a reel, right?
Yeah.
But Late Again is the first track on Steeler's Wheel's self-titled album. And that was the first one. I'd been in Kevin's studio before. It was the first time I was there for Intervention. And that was the first song that I heard. I heard Jerry Rafferty's voice and then Joe Egan. That record is all in that experience. It always takes me right back. I've got goosebumps right now because I sat there and I knew I was in the record business.
Okay.
And I was also, this is still, it never stopped. Working with Peter's a great example. I specialize in artist-approved titles. I love it when the artist is involved. Sometimes they just want to sign off and say, I love what you do and how you do it. Go do your thing, whatever. Sometimes, Billy Squire had a Mo-Fi press from the 80s, and he was like, I'm testing yours against my 80s, the original Mo-Fi.
Yep.
You got to be better. We were better, right? Peter wanted to be involved in everything. We worked on the jackets, the color, the inserts for the box set. They listened to the test pressings, every one of them. It was a great experience. I've been fortunate to have that, but I will tell you, I never stop losing that feeling that I get when I'm in a studio and I'm hearing one of my favorite albums of all time. I'm hearing the master tapes, playing them with Kevin, and I'm knowing that I'm going to put that out on vinyl myself. I still can't believe it sometimes.
That has to be an amazing feeling.
It is. And to answer the other question, Steeler's Wheel is coming back. We're repressing it. It'll be available in July. Elusive Disc will have that.
We'll have a link to it in the description of this video for that particular product and all Intervention products as well.
Really appreciate it. And the only other thing I could say, I do have another artist-approved title coming on the way. It's from an artist that I've done multiple titles with.
Okay.
I'm very close with him and his management. We have something greenlit. It's going to be a first-time on vinyl title. We're going through the usual, actually extra heroics to produce this title from a master source that is not going to be like anything anyone's ever heard. I can't share it yet.
That's okay.
But it's going to be great, and everybody's going to love it.
Well, thank you so much for teasing that. When it is announced, subscribe to our email list. We will have it there or on our social media channels once that has been announced.
Elusive Disc is always among the first to know.
We try to thank you. We try to have everything up as quickly as possible. To switch gears, what was your first record?
You mean as a human, not
Yes.
as a record producer?
Yes.
I love that you asked that. So JJ French from Twisted Sister is at this show. He's one of the most entertaining guys I've ever met. He tried out for Kiss before he formed Twisted Sister. He's the coolest guy.
Yep.
Kiss, we just shared the story the other day. The first record I bought with my own money, Kiss Love Gun. The most amazing cover art you'll ever see with the platforms, the makeup. There's women at their feet, like there's smoke and stuff.
Yeah.
A love gun was inside that you put together, and a little, like a paper bang thing, like came out of the end of the little paper gun. And I think that information is still on my website. One of the things I love is, meticulous as I am about all of the mastering, going back to if the original source is analog, we need a tape, or we're not doing it. If the original source is digital, we get the best digital files we can get, and everything else. We're we're true to that. The artwork to me is no less important. I've got a great art director. His name is Tom Vatican. I love giving him a shout out. And the guys at Stoughton are our partners in that.
Okay.
And I want that tactile experience of full-size album art. Give an example. One of the things I absolutely love, and we did this with two of Peter's titles. When a title comes that's got an inner sleeve with lyrics or other stuff, I love, if it's a single 33, I spend the extra money and do a single pocket gatefold. One of the things people don't know, this is some inside baseball, single pocket gatefolds cost more than regular ones because you have to pay to have them sealed up. It's a regular gatefold, you pay extra for that. But the beautiful thing is those lyric sheets get spread out over two 12-inch panels on the inside of the Stoughton, tip-on jacket. Every artist I've ever worked with, when I tell them that that's what we're going to do, they love it.
Oh, it's
yeah.
And you can't get better than Stoughton.
Absolutely. So. And like I said, Kiss Love Gun really set that hook because they really understood that aspect of it. And the first record I bought was an amazing cover art and interior art experience.
That's fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. And
so welcome.
Yeah, thank you for coming. I'll let you get back to the rest of the show. Intervention makes some of the best audiophile records on the market. So if you're an audiophile and you're interested in any of the type of music, you owe yourself to buy one. If you're going to buy one, which one would you buy?
Of mine?
Yeah.
Those are all my children. You're asking me to pick which one of my kids I love the best. But I will tell you, I will tell you this. I've got a number of relationships with a number of I really do like the artist stuff. I will say, working with Peter was a surreal dream. He was great to work with, and any of those titles are amazing. The one thing I can say is, like, one of the ones that's got a real special place in my heart is when I was a kid, between the ages of about 11 or 12 and probably 14 or 15, my entire life was Billy Squier and AC/DC. And in terms of something that had a years-long footprint, Billy Squier was definitely one of them. When I got a little older, I'll say this too, like out in the, I'm so fortunate I can't pick one.
Oh, well, thank you very much for joining us. I hope you have a good rest of the show.
So welcome. Thanks for having me.
All right, thank you.
You bet.